Welcome to Takshashila Gurukul channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe immediately, press the bell button and write your comments and feedback. Share with your friends as much as possible. We provide online Kundalini Raja Yoga initiation and Kundali activation in 6 months.
16. Laya Yoga Instruction. Vishnu Vallabha Karunadim Mriga Trishnava, Tamnaina, appeared to show that the world exists. Laya Yoga Margavan, Vishnu Vallabha, who is the fire-eyed one, spoke Laya Yoga, the means for establishing that the world is like the water of animals and is a source of pleasure, to Shanmukha, who was born of compassion. The form of the word, Om, Omkara, is the eternally perfected one. That is the eternal Paranjyoti. The infinite universes appear and disappear when they become that source. From the Mayopadhi, the 3 letters A, U, M arose in Omkara. Form is Brahma, form is Vishnu, and form is Rudra. These are the lords of creation. A is sound, U is the point, Ma is the minus. Om is the basis of the original nature. O Bala, the Vedic scriptures say that sound is the unmanifested soul. This sound, born from the sky called mind, is the face of the tenfold, the radiant love. From the 3 organs of Om love, sound is adorned with 64 Choshashti arts. The name of sound is Maya. Om is the truth without any difference. Know that A means inhata, U means sound, and Ma means the point in Om. From formless Lao, Prithvi and Rigwa were born. From Ukara, the sky and the Yajur Vedas were born. From Mikra, the sun and the Sama Vedas were born. The Brahma and the Trinity became the rulers of these Vedas. Later, many worlds were created from them. The Omkara, which is indestructible to the points of the earth, is chanted by ascetics with devotion. The Omkara sound of the Sampaveni is a single sound, because the form, Ukara, and Makra are combined. That is the Vikashara that does not fade away. The world is filled with begging and Om is chanted by hundreds of yogis. The sound of Om, the mantra, the vow, the seed syllables are the word Brahman, that is the name, form, and actionless, that is the same, the supreme bliss, the unchanging, the eternal, the undifferentiated, the all-pervading, the true form, the great mother of nature, the principles of the world, the diseases of the earth, the gods, the humans, the men, the women, the animals, the men, the women. 15. Nada Laya Yoga. By the meditation on nada, the whole world becomes sound. When the body is filled with sound, one becomes engrossed in bliss and forgets oneself. This is Nada Laya Yoga. Laya means birth and death, lust, anger, addictions, all the evils that are the root of them are destroyed. Therefore, it is called Laya Yoga. The essence that destroys everything is in Nada. Nada Laya Yoga is the main Laya Yoga, and the devotees of life are mostly in this yoga. As a remedy for all sins, it is like Anjana to know one's own nature. To destroy the defects of ego, attachment, ignorance, etc., born of one's delusion, you should achieve Laya Yoga. By this, the knowledge of Brahman will stand before you, and you will become a devotee of life. 20. Procedure for performing Laya Yoga. First, one should make up one's mind for the practice of yoga. Then, one should sit in a secluded place and remove all the smells that come to one's mind. As mentioned earlier, one should perform pranayama vadrichika, kumbhak, and purana. One should meditate on the mantra given by the Guru. One should perform this yoga regularly as instructed by the Guru, binding all the nadis and drawing air from the Ida nadi around it. With this act of purifying the nadi, rays of many lights arise in the body, the karanas hang lightly like flowers, and the tattvas appear and dissolve like lightning. The yogi should hold the 9 gates tightly, fill each gate with prana air, illuminating the Sushumna Nadi and the chakras and ascend. At first, the base, then the Swadhisthana. After that, one should practice this yoga day and night and achieve this yoga. Then he hears a sound that is a little bit on his base. He listens to himself. To come to the center of his mind, he begins to hear the middle sound, and to come to the Manipura, he begins to hear the best sound. Then, to come to the fourth, the Inhata Chakra, he hears the great sound. Swaramandal. The Laya yogi first hears 10 kinds of sounds. They are the gong, the jingle, the tal, the mridangam, the veena, the conch, the bell, the bheri, the megha. These sounds appear in the Anhatagriha. In addition, the sounds of the trumpet, the lute, the clarinet, the flute, the gong, the flute he will dispel the odors of the afterlife, and will not see the darkness of the tree, because the rays of the sun of knowledge will shower down upon the inner body. Then the Nada yogi will tie the black pearl called the Mangal Sutra around the neck of the open body. 33. Listen, O hero, while Hatha Yoga has 6 chakras as its tools, Laya Yoga has only 4 chakras. Sahajananda yogis will know that Laya Yoga is better than Hatha Yoga. The origin of both these yoga tools is the worship of Omkara. Anhata is the place of Omkara Ghosha. In both Hatha and Laya yogas, there is a connection between Nada and Laya. Nada does not merge in Hatha but shines separately, which is Nada Sahajananda. The practitioner of Laya Yoga should slowly release the air held in the 4 chakras. One should sit in a suitable seat and observe all the yama niyamas. One should listen to the Suna mantra. In this way, the Nada yogi should be engaged in the meditation of the Nada every day, so that whether he sits, sleeps, or walks, the Nada given by the Guru will utter and hum. Whether he is meditating or silent, the Nada of the Shobha river will sing many verses. Whether the yogi has his eyes closed or open, whether he is eating or not, whether there is a sow or a new moon. Day and night, that exalted Nada is proclaiming itself. By the power of the practice of the above-mentioned Adhar Adi 4 chakras, Om is shouting in the ears of the Laya yogi in many ways. But the sound, Omkara, that is softly spoken in the ears of the common people is not a sound, but a Laya yogi is mute and deaf to worldly words. The sound naturally rings in his 2 ears. From his heart, morning, noon, and evening, rays of the radiance of the self emanate. When he blinks, dots and grains fall from his eyes like stars, without any rest. When he looks up, he sees without any doubt that a beautiful soul is standing there. 45. The happiness of the Laya yogi. Listen, Shanmukh, the sound shouts behind and before the Laya yogi. The whole world is enveloped in the sound. How can I describe the happiness and equanimity of the yogi who is enraptured by the sound? His body sways in the sound, the mind and senses forget their business in the sound. The eyes and feet of the Laya yogi sway in the sound. His heart is filled with the river of bliss. The bliss of the self, which is all self, is filled in him like an overflowing stream. The complete Paranjyoti Brahman is filled with the omnipresence. The omnipresent sound is filled with the radiant light of the universe. The yogi is filled with the light of the sound points inside and outside. His mind is dazzled by that light. A morsel of food is dangling in his hand from ecstasy. To spread his happiness, he does not cry, but for 2 hours, i.e. 48 minutes, he forgets his body and forgets what he breathes, and then he draws air again. The yogi forgets that he is 2 and appears to be 1. He has no hunger or thirst. He no longer knows any sorrow. Around him, the sound of Brahman roars, the tambourine, the mridangam, the jaggery, the conch shells move behind him like a shadow. He sleeps. Nadalalan, Saraswati holds the Brahmavina in her hand and sings in 22-32 ragas. The gods of the yogis are all praising the fortune of the Laya yogi, saying, Bhalare, Bhalare. The 10 winds are drawn upwards to follow the yogi's rhythmic rhythm. The 10 senses, having lost their way in their senses, turn inward, drown in the fragrance of the bell and experience the fourfold bliss of the innermost being. Then he joins in the lala of liberation from the other world. My son, the Laya yogi, with a single mind, listens to the various notes and notes of the indivisible soul within the house called the Anhata Chakra. In the twilight state between 2 thoughts, ideas, when the mind is absorbed in the unchanging consciousness that shines with a solid radiance, that yogi becomes the real Brahman. Then the eternal bliss of liberation is natural to him. The Laya yogi is free from all desires, enjoying the bliss of the hands in eternity. 55. The fruit of Laya yoga. By this yoga, lust, anger, attachment, jealousy are destroyed. The feelings of impossibility of penance, excessive doubt, the 3 qualities of truth, sati, sutta, desire for wealth, the 3 qualities of truth and truthfulness, the 3 life, the 3 diseases, the 3 relationships, the sense of sex, ego, and the activities of all the senses are hidden in Brahman. Happiness automatically infects the Laya yogi. He enjoys happiness in the sound. He wanders alone as he pleases, without the care of others. He has no need or want, he is like a mute. If there is a world, he will do it, that is, if it is made of clay, it has no root. The life of many births burns like a chaff. Sansarav Satematu Layoginch, O my son, Hataraja Yoga is much better than Hatha Yoga. Chapter 15, Layoga is much better than these two yogas. Layoga, which is a little quality, but a lot of essence, is equal to Raja Yoga in terms of condition. However, Raja and Layoga are separate. Raja Yoga is non-destructive. Layoga is rarely quality. Although it is slightly less, it reigns with great brilliance like Raja Yoga. It is different from Raja Yoga because of the birth of sound in Layoga. After the birth of sound, the Layoga does not have the work of the four chakras as a support. Sound is the main thing for him. The Layoga, thinking that this is life, dissolves his ego and mother feelings in sound and attains liberation. This is called Nada Mukti. Do not doubt that Nada Yoga will not lead to liberation of life. Decide that it will lead to liberation of life. The Vedas and the sages also say that the Laya yogi, Nada yogi, will become Brahma. There is no point in arguing about this. I will tell you the merits of Laya yoga. Listen, be free from all pleasures. The Laya yogi will break the palaces of existence and enter the house of liberation. His mortal life will end. Therefore, achieve this yoga by the power of my grace. Do not fail to achieve this at all times. I will bless you. Do not make any distinction in your mind. Achieve liberation, become beyond argument, Sambhashiva taught Shanmukha. 65. It is not fitting to open one's mouth and speak this teaching to a mouthful, to one who barks like a dog, to one who plays pranks like a scoundrel, to one who is blind, to one who is in hell, to one who is in loss, to one who is covered in dirt, to one who is dim-witted, to one who is angry with fear and terror. These are the means for knowing oneself. These are the means for severing the bonds of time and attachment. This is the auspiciousness for the harvest of happiness. Auspiciousness is for becoming an eternal soul. O Kartike, have you heard the auspicious details of Laya Yoga, which is the news of Om? Know that your birth has been successful through Laya Yoga. Shanmukha, feeling that his birth was successful, closed his eyes. In the light of knowledge, in his heart, he glorified the Guru, the one who is full of joy. 68.